Tesla stock hit 1200 in the very first trading day of 2022, rising by 13.5%. Following the news of the record delivery for Q4 2021. In this video, we're gonna watch reaction to this news, and then we're gonna talk about what this really means for Tesla stock in 2022. We're gonna start with Phil LeBeau.
Look for all of the analysts, almost all of them, to be raising their estimates at least for the fourth quarter and also for 2022. So as you look at their annual deliveries, this chart says it all. They are on the door, knocking on the door of surpassing 1 million in annual deliveries, up 87% year over year compared to 2020. They are targeting 50% annual delivery growth. By the way, the analyst consensus right now is for 2022 deliveries to be 1.3 million. Expect that to go up either today or in the next couple of days.
The 1.3 million is definitely on the low side. It's going to be at least 1.5 million, if not higher. So it would be interesting to see their revised numbers. Next, let's watch Jim Cramer's reaction to Tesla's news. I love this guy. He's a big supporter of Tesla, so I always value his opinion. Let's have a look.
Look, you're going to hear about Volkswagen has an EV. I know that Ford has the EV for the Lightning F-150, but the problem is those guys just don't seem to make cars, I think, four-wheel trucks that compete. So I know that there's this very good analysis by Tony Sacconaghi saying each car's worth $1 million. That's not true. You're thinking about at this rate, in 2025, will this company be making 10 million cars? That's how you have to look at it. It's a great technology company, and technology companies do not tend to be valued by units.
This is a great point that Jim Cramer makes. Tesla company cannot be valued just based on number of vehicles they make. First of all, it's a technology company, as you said, but also Tesla company is so much more than just automobile company. You know, they have energy business, they have robotaxis coming up, they have AI business, Tesla bots. So it's a technology company, again, as Jim mentioned. So it's so much more than just automakers. Therefore, comparing them to Ford or GM would be ridiculous. The next video is from Yahoo Finance.
I think it's instructive the way they really did not suffer the same chip shortages that everybody else did. And from what I've been able to glean, it has to do with the fact that their software engineers were able to rewrite code on the fly to, I guess, repurpose chips and to deal with some of the outlier events. So if you think about it, you have a bunch of smart people in a room just kind of playing MacGyver with the most advanced car ever produced. And so they're able to make things happen. But I think it's a testament to the flexibility of Tesla and the quality of their engineers that they were able to get through that year and increase production by as much as they did.
Great point here, but I think you should have also mentioned Elon Musk here. All of that became possible due to his leadership, because he is not taking any excuses. Even though there were chip shortages, Tesla didn't suffer a lot because they came up with a different approach, while everyone else was keep blaming chip shortages for not meeting planned numbers.
But if you look at that annual performance, there you have it. Every single year, the stock has risen, and the smallest gain was around 9% in 2018 and 2016, but it's largely been double-digit gains.
That's a great chart there for anyone who is just investing into Tesla. That helps paint a great picture of what Tesla achieved over the last few years. Now, having said that, the past doesn't equal the future, but it's a great foundation to work with. Tesla is definitely going to go up, and there are no doubts there in my mind.
If you think about a year ago, what were people saying about some of the more traditional automakers? Well, VW, they're starting to eat Tesla's lunch. They're increasing their market share. GM, they have a new launch that they're going to come out with. Ford too. All that happened, and at the end of the year, Tesla's still killing it. So what are you going to argue with? The numbers are the numbers.
Yeah. The proof is in the pudding. The numbers are the numbers, however way you want to slice it.
That's true. The numbers are the numbers. You can't argue with that. And last but not least, let's hear from Dan Eves. He is from Wedbush Securities. He is one of those most bullish analysts out there on the street.
275 was really what I thought the top of the bull case in terms of what they could hit. We think it was 200,000 alone that they delivered in the month of December. You look at the trajectory now between China as well as globally going forward. I mean, we could be looking now 1.5, 1.6 million units for 2022. And that's why it just continues to be that scale and scope, what we're seeing in Tesla beyond, what even the bull case. The haters will continue to hate, but you look at these numbers, I think gives a lot of momentum in 2022.
Exactly. The haters will continue to hate and there will be less and less of them. But I love that estimate of 1.5, 1.6 million deliveries for 2022. I think this is more reasonable than what we heard earlier today, 1.3 million. This is definitely more realistic.
Some of your peers on the street are arguing maybe 2 million, Dan, is possible for the year. Maybe a stretch target, but one that looks a lot more realistic given this print.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at specifically the run rate in China, 2 million, it's not out of the zone in terms of what they could ultimately hit. And then you think about the chip shortage, that took out, in our opinion, probably about 25 to 30,000 units in the quarter. So you start to add that with the chip shortage easing into first half of the 2022. And I think this is really just the start of what I view as almost the next leg of the Tesla story. And just importantly, that gross margin story and the profitability, that's what I believe is going to be a big part of, and we have a base case 1400, bull case 1800.
Honestly, those numbers that Dan just mentioned, 1400, 1800 bull case, even they start to look conservative now. My own prediction for 2022 was 1500, but even as I look at those numbers, even that number looks conservative to me, because we're already at 1200 and there's so much more going to happen this year. So what does all of that mean for Tesla stock? Well, first of all, there's more good news are coming this year in 2022. I just want to mention 5 of them. First one is the fact that 2 more gigafactories are coming live soon, one in Berlin and one in Texas. This means not only additional revenue but also improved margins, because Tesla keeps improving the factories, and Giga Shanghai is a great example of that. There's speculation that Giga Shanghai is twice as effective as Fremont factory in California. Second story in 2022 is going to be Tesla battery technology. This year Tesla will be implementing that technology and we should see better margins. Next, Cybertruck. The production of Cybertruck is expected to start at the end of this year with the mass production in the following year. But this alone will also impact Tesla stock in a great way. Then there is of course Tesla energy business, which is still growing, still developing, but ultimately it's going to be a big part of Tesla revenue. And last but not least, I want to mention Tesla new products that still might be announced later this year. One of them is Tesla's $25,000 car, which Musk announced in 2020. So the bottom line is that Tesla stock will keep rising throughout the year, and whether it will end at 1400, 1500, 1600, 1800, it doesn't really matter. The fact is that Tesla is keep improving and it's keep becoming a more valuable automaker. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I read all of your comments. I'd love to hear from you. Where do you think Tesla stock will end up this year? Talk to you soon.